Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your morning cup of news, fueled by White Cane Coffee. Brian Hagberg with you here on your daily local. Today is Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. Got myself a fresh cup of Dragon's Roast right here at the White Cane Coffee Cafe, which is open in the plaza across from Tops all through the downtown construction. Stop on in, get yourself a fresh cup, maybe a cinnamon roll or a scone. And as the temperatures start to heat up, don't worry. White Cane Coffee's got you covered there as well. I smoke a frozen lemonade and more. Get a fresh cup and say hi to the friendly folks here at the White Cane Cafe. And if you don't want to deal with that construction, that's no problem. White Cane's also available on DoorDash. Just place your order, have your favorites delivered right to your door. You can also order your favorite roast to brew at home online at whitecanecoffee.com. And now let's take a look at today's news. Ron and Cindy Eklund were enjoying a quiet afternoon on the porch of their home on Jackson Run Road on Saturday when their chocolate lab mix Tucker started barking and running toward the woods. The Eklunds followed in their golf cart and discovered escaped fugitive Michael Burham. They handled the situation calmly, interacted briefly with Burham, then returned to their home and dialed 911. Burham was captured soon after. As a result of their tip, they received a $2,000 cash reward from the Warren County Crime Stoppers on Tuesday. Quote, "You can't live in Warren County at that point and not know what he looked like," Cindy Eklund said. "Of course, we locked doors and took precautions, but quite honestly, we thought he got in a canoe and went to Pittsburgh or something. We just never would have thought that he was back there." Tucker, an affectionate dog who loves to play fetch with his tennis balls, barked at the sight of Burham, and the Eklunds knew that this was different. Quote, "Tucker was actually really aggressively barking at him," Cindy Eklund said. "You've seen today that he barks at everybody, but this was different. I think he, Burham, was a little afraid of what Tucker might do." Ron Eklund had seen and read all the reports and knew how potentially dangerous Burham could be. Still, he and his wife remained calm. Quote, "I think he was startled because Tucker was barking," Ron said. "I knew he could be armed and dangerous. I actually asked him what he was doing, and he said he was camping. And I said, okay, have a nice day." That's when the Eklunds returned to their home and dialed 911. Law enforcement arrived quickly, but they were anxious moments for the Eklunds. Quote, "We wanted to get out of there as soon as possible, and that's what we did," Cindy said. "The 911 called. The people on the phone had to have thought I was nuts. I was pretty adamant. We were definitely afraid. We stood on the porch waiting for help because we didn't want to go inside, because then we wouldn't know if he was approaching. Those few minutes before someone got here seemed like an eternity. In hindsight, it wasn't. It was very surreal. It wasn't what we expected that night." It didn't take long for Burham to be apprehended, and a full story on Tucker and the Eklunds is available, as well as video from their press conference yesterday is available on yourdailylocal.com. Warren County District Attorney Rob Green indicated that there is evidence that, quote, "possibly Warren County jail personnel were negligent on the night Michael Burham escaped from the facility on July 6th. Quote, "Yesterday, I began to receive reports from the City of Warren Police Department," Green said during a media conference at the home of Ron and Cindy Eklund. "In those reports, there was information that could possibly implicate inmates at the Warren County Jail, that could possibly, and I emphasize possibly, implicate staff members at the Warren County Jail and possibly others. The Warren County staff could be held criminally liable. We have no evidence that I have seen yet that they participated or were complicit with Mr. Burham. However, if they were criminally negligent in their duties to make sure Burham or other inmates did not escape, they could be criminally charged. At this time, Burham is the only person that has been charged, according to Green. Quote, "He has been charged with felony escape," Green said. "There was supposed to be a preliminary hearing on July 26th, but it's been continued by defense counsel. We don't have a certain date for that yet." Green reiterated that the City of Warren Police Department is still in the early stages of its investigation. Quote, "The City of Warren Police Department is early in their investigation, and it may take some time to complete," Green said. "The possibility exists that the investigation could take multiple weeks or even months." Quote, "Who knows where this is going to lead," Green said. "I do not know what Mr. Burns said if he was interviewed Saturday night when he was caught. If he gave information, I'm sure the City of Warren Police Department is investigating those leads at this point. It's going to be at least weeks, a month, or more." Green emphasized that he hasn't seen anything that shows any of the Warren County jail staff helped in the escape. Quote, "It was mainly negligence issues, complacency issues, things of that nature. I can't imagine for the life of me that any of those jail guards that might be under investigation at this point wouldn't be straightening themselves up. I don't see that as an issue. However, to make sure that there is not an issue, I immediately, actually the next day after this happened, the Friday morning after the escape, I called and talked to the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections and asked them to investigate what was going on at the jail, what happened with the escape. It's my understanding that they started yesterday, July 17th, and they have a team at the Warren County Jail to make sure that this doesn't happen again. To avoid a conflict of interest, Green said he requested via email Tuesday that Pennsylvania Attorney General Michelle Henry take over the escape charges against Burham. Green said his office will continue to prosecute the kidnapping charges against Burham from May, when a Warren County couple was allegedly taken against their will by Burham to South Carolina, as he eluded authorities from New York and Pennsylvania, who were looking at him as a person of interest in the alleged murder of Kayla Hodgkin. The kidnapping charge was the charge Burham was being held on when he escaped the Warren County Jail through the roof in the jail yard and used a rope made out of bed sheets to climb down from the roof. Quote, I have asked the Attorney General of Pennsylvania to assume jurisdiction and prosecution of Mr. Burham for the escape and to charge and prosecute any other individuals who may have been involved or negligent in regard to Mr. Burham's escape, Green said. This does a number of things, but number one, it's going to show no impropriety. Because Warren County is a small town and being the DA and knowing most of the jail personnel, I have made that decision and I think it would be appropriate. The Attorney General, because it was this morning, has not responded to my request, but I assume they are going to take jurisdiction with these matters. Burham was arraigned on Monday, July 17th via video from the Erie, PA County Jail with counsel present. He is being held at the Erie Jail after his recapture. Bail for the kidnapping charges, which had been set at $1 million, was revoked, and bail on the escape charges was denied. Warren County Public Defender Cord Kinney is currently representing Burham. The full story on DA Green's press conference is available on yourdailylocal.com, and the full video of the press conference is available on yourdailylocal.com as well as on our YouTube channel. The Pleasant Township Volunteer Fire Department is giving back to help one of its own. Danny Thomas's home at Starbrick was severely damaged recently in a fire, and the Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department is going to hold a bingo benefit to help cover some of his financial costs. Bingo will be at 6 p.m. on Thursday, that's July 20th, at the Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department Social Hall. Thompson is a Pleasant VFD member himself and also serves as an EMT. Quote, we want to help out one of our own, said Kathy Johnson, president of the Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department. The way we run bingo is we'll have the regular payouts, and then anything we bring in that we would normally take to the bank, we'll write a check to Danny. Not only is Thomas a Pleasant VFD member and an EMT, but he is also one of the normal callers at Pleasant's bingo nights. Johnson said that all things considered, Thompson is doing well. Quote, I've spoken to him and he's doing okay, Johnson said. He's living with his girlfriend temporarily and he did find his cats alive, so he didn't lose any pets, which was great. Thompson, who has been with the department for about 5 years, runs the ambulance. You can check out the full story about this bingo benefit now on yourdailylocal.com. The Warren County Democratic Party will be meeting at the Jefferson DeFreeze building at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. Doors open at 6 p.m. for social discussion. All registered Democrats are encouraged to attend. The Northwest region of PennDOT will hold a public education session for drivers looking for information on the Market Street roundabout, scheduled to open later this year. The free program, which will include tips on using the improved intersection and general information about safely navigating roundabouts, will be held from 1 to 2 p.m. on Wednesday, July 26th at the Allegheny Community Center on 42 Clark Street in Warren. We will be back with a look at today's weather forecast after this quick word from our sponsor.
Providing a great cup of coffee and a better life for the blind and disabled. White Cane Coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
And welcome back to your morning cup of news, fueled by White Cane Coffee. Brian Hagberg with you here on Your Daily Local. And now let's take a look at today's weather forecast from the National Weather Service in State College. Today we can expect mostly sunny skies with a high temperature near 85 degrees. The winds will be light and variable throughout the day. As we move into tonight, there will be patchy fog developing after 4 a.m. Apart from that, the skies will be partly cloudy and the temperature will drop to a low of around 58 degrees. North winds will be around 5 miles an hour initially, but will become calm as the evening progresses. We'll be back with your morning cup of sports after this quick message.
Have you ever wanted to play an instrument? The Warren Music Conservatory is the area's only choice for premier music education, with the area's top music instructors giving you fun and exciting music lessons for a variety of instruments and styles. The Music Conservatory also rents and repairs instruments of all types. And don't forget to stop in and check out our student bookstore for your musical supplies like strings, sticks, picks, and more. What are you waiting for? Stop dreaming. Start doing today.
And now we're going to send it over to my colleague Andy Close with your Morning Cup of Sports.
Good Wednesday morning, July the 19th. It's time for your Morning Cup of Sports fueled by White Cane Coffee. The Warren Powerhouse Gymnastics team recently competed in the national championships in Cincinnati and came home with nearly 24 medals. The team earned 23 total medals, 13 of which were in the top 3, with one first-place finisher. Ruth Sinkowitz took first on the beam for level 2 gymnasts. Sinkowitz and Madeline Smart each finished in the top 5 in all 5 events. Sinkowitz was second in all-around, third in bars and floor, and fifth in vault, while Smart was second on the bars, third in floor, vault, and all-around, and fourth in beam. You can check out the full story by our very own Brian Hagberg on yourdailylocal.com. In golf action, Dave Gayton shot a scratch 38, net 32, and accumulated 8.5 points, making 2 birdies to lead the men's senior league at Cable Hollow Golf Course. Jerry Abbey is the season point leader with 62. Jones Chevrolet leads the Eastern Division with 209 points, and Mike's Townline leads the Western Division with 217.5 points. Don't forget you can send in those golf results to news@yourdailylocal.com. That is your Morning Cup of Sports fueled by White Cane Coffee. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everybody.
Thank you so much for that look into sports, Andy. And don't forget to head to yourdailylocal.com throughout the day for all the news you need when you need it. You can also like, subscribe, and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search Your Daily Local on your favorite social media channel and hit that like, subscribe, or follow button. You can also subscribe to our weekly email newsletter online at yourdailylocal.com. Just click the subscribe to our newsletter button, enter your email address, and get our newsletter delivered right to your inbox. Don't forget to tune in every weekday morning at 8:30 a.m. for your Morning Cup of News fueled by White Cane Coffee. And every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. as White Cane Coffee presents Coffee and a Conversation, where we sit down with someone from the community and discuss the people, places, and events happening within the region. Certainly a show you won't want to miss every Saturday, 9:30 a.m., live right here from the White Cane Coffee Cafe. That will wrap it up for your Wednesday. Hope everybody has a great hump day. And remember, if you change one life, you change the world. Cheers.
Know what would make that better? Cup of White Cane Coffee.
Wow, that really is great coffee.
White Cane Coffee, because every cup makes a difference.
It's not just about music lessons. It's about hard work, perseverance, dedication, self-expression, making memories. Let's make memories together.